Hi everyone! For those of you who don't know me, I'm Sandy Sandler and I'm the creator of the Bowdabra Bow Maker. And tonight we're going to have so much fun together. We're going to create a couple of Easter wreaths, and then I'm going to do an Easter centerpiece and a pew bow, and then show how to make a bow with ribbon that doesn't have wire in it. So I want to thank everybody for joining me, and I'm going to get started on our very first Easter wreath. So we'll get started here. And basically what I've got here is a dollar store wreath frame. And I'm going to just take I've already started it going, and all I'm doing is taking our burlap ribbon and wrapping it in this beautiful burlap. And now I'm going to cheat here, and let's just wrap it one more time around. And here I'm going to just clip it. And you could use a glue gun, but I'm using a permanent Zot, so it should hold perfectly well. So now you have this great already decorated wreath, and I'm going to get started on our bow. So I'm going to put this aside, and I'm going to go to our overhead camera, and we're going to get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is take my Bowdabra bow wire, and I'm going to take a little bit of this, and I'm just going to cut a piece that's long enough not only to tie off my bow, but so that I can also tie it onto my wreath. And what I'm doing here is folding it in half, and I'm going to lay this down into my Bowdabra and tuck the ends underneath. Now I want to remind everybody that we will be giving away a free roll of our Bowdabra scrunchy ribbon. Now just so you know, this at the end of the show, this is already dovetailed. And I'm going to just fold it in half, find the center, and the trick for this to make these lay flat is I do my little mountain like we do in our hair bows, little mountain in the middle so that I have like a valley here and a valley here. We're just going to scrunch that down, and you can see how this lays so flat. And I'm going to take this one here and go to the center. I'm going to do our mountain. So anyway, what I started telling you, and you can see we have the little valleys on either side, is that please let me know where you're watching from, and we will be picking a winner towards the end of our live, which will be around 5:25 or so, and we'll let you know who is the lucky winner of a free roll of our Bowdabra scrunchy ribbon. And again, I'm doing my little mountain in the middle here. Lay that down, and we're just going to do this here and take my next one, fold it in half, find my center, and again, and especially on a thicker ribbon like this burlap, we're going to make our little mountain and scrunch this down. Hi Michelle, hi Linda, it's so great to see you guys, and thanks so much for watching me. And we're going to fold this in half, and again take our mountain. So what's so cool about this is we're making our wreath bow, and we're making it literally with scraps of ribbon. So we're just going to take our little, again, our mountain in the middle and scrunch that down. So this is super simple. And Gail from Texas, oh great Gail, I'm so glad you received your red scrunchy ribbon. Gail won last week, I believe. So that's so cool. And we get it out as fast as we can. Sometimes it might take a few days before it gets in the mail, but all of our winners have been really happy with their Bowdabra scrunchy ribbon. I'm going to lay this down here and lay this in and lay another piece of this. So what I love is we can take all different sizes of our scraps of ribbon and just lay those down into our Bowdabra. Then I'm going to take these cute little picks and lay them down and lay this down here. And then because this ribbon matches so well with our carrot ribbon, we're going to just make a little loopy bow in the center. So all I'm doing here is folding, twisting, and again I'm just going to fold it back over and twist and fold it back over and twist, and then I'm just going to make one little loop that's about half the size, about 2 fingers, half the size of my larger loop, and that's going to be our little button loop. I'm just going to cut the end off here because we don't need that. And it would probably be good if I used my scissors in the right direction, but heaven forbid I should do it that way. And now I'm just going to twist this over, and I'm going to take my wand and give everything a really good scrunch. And then I'm going to take my Bowdabra bow wire and pull this up here. And for those of you who are just joining us, please don't forget to say where you're watching from, and you'll be entered for a chance to win a free roll of our Bowdabra scrunchy ribbon. And also, right now I'm making our very first Easter wreath for the night, but we're going to make another Easter wreath and then an Easter centerpiece. So definitely stay tuned and watch. So now I'm going to take my center loop and just shape that and shape this out here. And then what I'm going to do, just give those a good little shape, is I'm going to take my wreath, and I want the egg with the right side going up, and I'm just going to tie this around here. I'm bring this around to the back, and I'm just going to tie this on. And I think if I tie a bow, it's going to be more secure than if I tie a knot. And so it's kind of like a knot, and then we have that tied on there, and you can see it's staying really well. It's what I love about the wire. And so now I'm just going to shape out all of my loops, all of my scraps of ribbon that we used, and shape this out here. And now I'm going to go to the front camera, and you can see how, let's bring this over here so everybody can see. You can see how absolutely elegant this wreath looks. And it was so super simple, and we made it with just scraps. So hi Kay, hi Nadine. So I'm going to put that one aside, and now I'm going to show a really cool Dollar Tree a Dollar Tree mop pack. So what we did is we bought this this form, which is $1 from the dollar store, which is a bunny form. And what we did to fix this is we actually took the mop heads and zip tied them onto our rabbit wreath. So you can see here how the rabbit ears here, and we just literally took our mop and wrapped it around, and then we put zip ties here, 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 and here to hold it on. But because this is so fluffy and white, you don't even see the zip ties. So I'm going to take this and just put that aside, and I'm going to take out my Bowdabra, and we're going to make the bow for this project. So I'll take some of my Bowdabra bow wire, and just like in the last project, I'm going to take enough wire so I'll fold it in half, and I'll be able to tie it onto my bunny wreath. So we're going to tuck the ends underneath, and now I'm going to take these dollar store. So this is pretty much a dollar store wreath bow, with the exception, of course, of our beautiful Morex ribbon. And now I'm going to just twist it, and we're going to fold this back over here and twist. Let's just let this out there. And all I'm doing, this is a fold and twist bow. We're just going to fold and twist. We have Pam Snyder and Michelle Bauer. Michelle, thank you. Michelle says it's beautiful. We're just going to fold this back here. So all I'm doing is folding and twisting. And I'm going to another loop here. And it doesn't look, let's see, we've got 3 and 3. Let's see if I can have enough. Let's make this small enough that I can do 2 more loops here. And I think I made this a little shorter than I wanted, so let's just play with it a little bit and bring this back over here. And there we go. We've got just enough to do our loops there. Then what I'm going to do is take my purple Easter egg ribbon, and we do have all of these ribbons on our Bowdabra.com website. And also, thank you everybody. We've had a lot of people ordering, because they're such a good deal, our Bowdabra ribbon kits. And we have a beautiful spring ribbon kit and a great patriotic kit. We're going to twist this and twist. And of course, I need to put this to the overhead camera. Sorry, everybody. And twist. And now I'm just going to make a little loop here. And that's going to actually get covered, so it won't really matter. And then I'm going to take, I have this really cute little burlap flower that I'm going to lay right in the center here. And take my wand, give everything a really good scrunch. And pull this up. I'm going to pull it through my slip knot and pull it tight while it's still in my Bowdabra. I'm going to pull it out and separate my ends and bring it around to the back. And I'm just going to tie a knot here and double knot it and bring this around, just kind of bring my florals down, and let's shape our loops out here and bring these loops here. And I'm actually going to have this little tail back here that I'm just going to bring down and bring this around here. So all we're doing is I'm just putting my fingers in the loops, kind of shaping them as I go. So it's really super simple. So you can see exactly what I'm doing. And bring this around here. And I'm just going to bend in my flower so we hide that underneath our loops. Let's bring this loop around that. And bring this here. Bring this loop over here. And then I'm going to take and I'll finish once I put it onto my rabbit. And I'm just going to bring this around to the back. And again, I'm just going to tie it. And I'm just going to twist it a little bit. And then I'm going to knot it. By twisting it, it means you don't need your finger to hold the knot. So it's a good little hack. And we'll just cut this and fold it back over so you can see how pretty this shapes. And we'll go back to the front camera so you can see our beautiful little bunny floral wreath. And I hope everybody loves this as much as I do. Talk about how simple and what a cool hack using the mop heads for your fluffy bunny cover for your wired wreath. So now I'm put that aside, and we're going to go on and we're going to make a beautiful Easter centerpiece. So this is a bigger project because we've got so much stuff that's going to go into it. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go here to the overhead camera, and I'm going to take some Bowdabra bow wire, and again I'm going to cut a larger piece and fold it in half. Thank you, Gloria. And we're going to lay this down into the Bowdabra and just tuck the ends underneath so they stay out of my way. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually unroll this. I've got this rolled up and so that you won't see any of the fray. So I've rolled it about 3 times, and I've got about 1.5 yards of the deco mesh here in this for this back of the bow. And definitely, everybody, please don't forget to let me know where you're watching from. And for tonight, we did something different than we normally do. We actually went, and here I'm going to just do the same thing and fold this down. And so we're going to scrunch this in, continue scrunching it, and then I'm just going to scrunch the rest in here so that we don't see any frayed deco mesh in our centerpiece. And then what I'm doing is I'm just going to lay, I have these two pieces that are about 1.5 yards. I'm just going to lay this down going this way. And I'm going to take my Easter egg and lay that going the same direction. And then we're going to do exactly the same thing going the other direction so that our centerpiece will be even. And we have two Sues, one from Mississippi and one from Orlando. Thank you for letting us know. And also, everybody, thank you so much for watching. So now what I'm going to do is take our beautiful flowers here and lay them going in opposite directions. And lay these flowers in here. And I believe these are just dollar store flowers, so we're not looking at anything very expensive. And now I'm going to take my mesh ribbon here, or not mesh, my sheer. Leave it to me. But you guys know what I'm talking about, and you can see when I'm making it, and I know that somebody would correct me if I said that this was a mesh ribbon instead of a sheer ribbon. And it's one of our Morex sheer wired ribbons. And we're just going to fold this back and forth and twist. And on a sheer ribbon like this, you don't necessarily have to twist, but because you could just fold it back and forth. But I tend to like to twist my ribbon because I feel like it shows better as far as how it shapes. So I'm just going to again fold this back. We're just going to keep going back and forth. Whoops, there we go. Fix my loop there. And I'll just leave this little tail coming down. And if I don't like it, I can always cut it off later. Let me take my wand and I'm just going to give everything a really good scrunch to put it down in the Bowdabra. Then I'm going to take my Easter egg ribbon and we're going to just twist it. We're going to make our loops just a little bit smaller than our sheer ribbon loops. And we're just going to twist it. And I know a lot of you like to, you can't find scrunch ribbon anywhere. Mary, the reason you can't is because the only place you can buy scrunch ribbon right now is on Bowdabra.com. And now I'm going to just fold it and twist it and fold. And you know what? That it's really true. We have tons and tons of tutorials at Bowdabra.com on our blog there. And then we also have over 800 videos on YouTube, and we have a great Facebook group, so you can join it for free. All we ask is that you fill out a couple questions just so we know that you're a real person and not a bot. And you can join our Bowdabra Facebook group for free. And now we're just going to, and we love that, I'm just going to fold this back over here, take my wand and give everything a good scrunch. So you can see how this is absolutely coming together. And then I'm going to take my flower, lay that in there, and I'm going to now just take my Bowdabra bow wire and bring it back up here. And now I have a slip knot, so I'm just going to pull everything through our slip knot, pull it tight while it's still in my Bowdabra. I'll pull it out, and you can see how much stuff we have in there. It's a pretty lot of ribbon and flowers. We'll bring this around to the back, and I'm going to just tie a knot and tie another knot. And let's move our bucket over here. And now we'll start shaping. So I'm going to bring my flower up there, begin shaping this bow, pulling my loops out in opposite directions. And again, I'm just putting my fingers in the loops to help shape the wire. And we'll bring our Easter egg loops around here and do the same thing in shaping them. And this could actually, I mean, we made this like it's a centerpiece, but it could also be a really pretty door swag. So we'll just bring this around. So it's a great, I mean, you can see we just made this in literally minutes. And it makes a great Easter decoration. And you can use this. This would also be great if you're doing a DIY wedding and you can change out and use your wedding colors. And I'll lay this down here so you can see how really pretty this came out. And I think this one we want to go that way. And you can see how really pretty, let me see if I can get that centered in the camera, how really pretty this centerpiece came out. So let's bring it back up here. And I'll show you this. If you did it as a door swag, you could literally hang this on your door and it would be so pretty. So I'm going to take this. Oh, Michelle, thank you. I'm going to take this, put this aside. And I promised to try to make a pew bow. Someone on YouTube asked if we could show how to make pew bows. So I'm just going to take all of my materials out of here. You can see we put everything in buckets because it makes life so much easier when I'm trying to do the lives, and you don't have to wait for me to organize everything. This will have a scrunchie in the middle. So I'm just getting everything organized, and now let's go back to the overhead camera. And Kay, thank you. And now we're using some of our Morex ribbon here that we have on Bowdabra.com, and I love this sparkle tool. I think it's so pretty. But first I'm going to grab some gold Bowdabra bow wire. And I'm going to, again for this, I'm going to take a little extra wire because that way it can be tied onto the pew, or it could even be used as a chair bow. There's so many different ways you can use this, and this works great as a pew bow, but it also works great as a bow for any sort of decoration that you're doing. And let's just tuck all that underneath there. So I'm going to just lay these down in here, and then we have our satin, and I'm just going to lay my satin down in here and take my my tool. And like I said, I love this tool because it's got these beautiful little glitter, but it doesn't get the glitter all over you, which is really nice, especially. Gina says, I love it. I don't know what I'd do without my Bowdabra. Gina, thank you so much. Means a lot to me. So we have our two tails here. Then what I'm going to do is take our tool. Let's just roll this out here. And I'm just going to twist it so that the glitter dots are on the outside of my ribbon. And we'll make our loops fairly large on this so that they're kind of a little floppy. And I'm just going to fold this back over. Well, I almost lost my mic. You guys didn't see it because I got the overhead camera on. And then I'm going to take this and fold it. So all I'm doing is folding. So someone asked me, how do they use the Bowdabra without wire in the ribbon? One of the tricks is this is a very wide tool, like 5 or 6 inches wide. And so what's great about this is I can make bigger loops. But if you're using a non-wired ribbon, and I will make a bow after this with a non-wired, and actually, Mary, the trick is that I have Kathy, who actually helped me to design everything for today. We sort of worked together on it, but I'm lucky that I have surrounded myself with amazing designers who have taught me so much and helped me so much with designing all of these projects. And that's one of the reasons why we have so many projects at Bowdabra.com and on YouTube, because I feel like most people are kind of like me. Now, over the years, I've learned and I put a lot of projects together myself, but I learned that most people are like I was to begin with, which was absolutely creatively challenged, and I had no faith in my own creativity. But now, what I've learned is that we can all be creative. And it really is just copy. I consider myself a forger. So I look at what some of our designers do and what other people do, and then I don't exactly copy it, but I forge it so it's almost the same, but has my own unique twists to it. And you can do the same thing, and what's cool is you can change the ribbon that you use. And so now I'm going to finish this here, then I'm going to take some of my tulle and I'm going to make a little scrunchy bow down the middle. You can see how simple it is. If you're doing your own DIY wedding, you can create beautiful pew bows. And like the Easter centerpiece we just did, if you just change that to the style, and you can see I'm just tucking this under here, so it'll have a finished look. And then I'm going to take these beautiful little, what do we call these? Crystal flowers. We'll put those down in the center. And I'm going to just tuck all of this underneath so you don't see the ends of them, or we could even cut them off. Then I'm going to take my Bowdabra wand, give everything a really good push, and we should probably be announcing our winner very soon. So I'll keep looking for that so I can say it out loud. But for those of you, for anybody that put in your name and where you're from, you do have a chance to win. So now I'm just going to separate my ends, bring them around to my back, the back, and I'm going to just tie this off and tie a knot. Now I'm going to definitely leave the wire because I don't know how big I'm going to need to make my ties. So now I'm going to just tuck all the little flower wires underneath here so you won't see them. Bring my flowers, fluff out my scrunch bow, and now, so the winner is Pam Allen from Georgia. Congratulations, Pam. That's awesome. And now I'm going to just finish doing this, and please stay on because I am going to show you, we're running out of time, but I'm going to stay over tonight and show you how to use a non-wired ribbon with the Bowdabra, because I think it's, I've had a lot of people that have questioned on how do you use a non-wired ribbon. So let's go to the front here, and now you can see this absolutely beautiful pew bow that any bride would love to have at her wedding. And you can make a bunch of these. One of my huge bridal tips or hacks is to have a couple Bowdabras at your bridal shower and let your people at your bridal shower and your bridesmaids help you to actually make some of the bows and some of the decor. And using silks is perfect because then it lasts, and then you also can keep like your bouquets and everything else. So I'm going to put this aside. Thank you, Kay. And I'm going to grab my mini Bowdabra, and I have a satin ribbon here that we're going to use to tie, and I'll use the, and satin can be very slippery, so definitely, here we go. So now I'm going to take my wire, fold it. I probably cut a little too much wire for this, but I want to show you how to make a bow that's satin and doesn't have, let's look at the overhead, and doesn't have any wire in it. So I'm going to lay this down in here. Let's see if I'm in the center here. Looks like I picked a bad ribbon. I'm going to use a different satin ribbon. Let me just grab this one here. So this is kind of a poly satin, which can be a pain to work with, but it's easy with the Bowdabra. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to twist and scrunch this in, and we'll do a graduated bow. One of the important things on using a non-wired ribbon is that you want to make sure that your loops, you don't want to make really big loops because then they'll flop. So you want to fold this back over, and I really want to twist it when I put it back into my Bowdabra. So it's the twisting that's really important. So I'm going to twist it, and I do want to make sure that my loops are the same size, and they are. So again, I'm going to do this again here. So I'm going to really twist it well. So it's twisted really well when it goes in. Then I'm going to fold this back over and twist it. And we'll actually just do a floral loop bow. And we'll fold it back over. And again, I'm going to twist. So the twisting part is what's really important when you're not using a wired ribbon. And we'll fold this back over and twist and scrunch that in, fold it back and twist and scrunch it in. And then I'm going to make my little floral loop in the middle, and this time I'm going to do my little mountain in the middle. So again, I'm doing a little fold so that I have a valley on this side and a valley on that side, so you can see how it scrunches into the Bowdabra. And then I'm going to take my mini wand, give everything a really good push, and I'll clip this here. And then what I'll do is grab my Bowdabra bow wire, pull it through my slip knot, pull it really tight while it's still in my mini, and pull it out. And I'm going to separate the ends, bring it around to the back, and I'm just going to twist it, and then I'm going to knot it. I want it to be really tight. And I'm going to double knot it just to be safe. And then you've got your, but let's cut this a little closer. And now just going to shape it out. And when you shape a non-wired ribbon, you kind of want to twist it as you shape it, because you don't get, but you can see because I made these loops smaller, they'll hold their shape well. And it depends on the ribbon that you use. So you can see how pretty that comes out. Let's go back up to our front camera. So I want to thank everybody so much for watching, and you can see how super easy that was to make. And just as a reminder, today we made our cute little, whoops, I'm taking my curtain with me, our cute little bunny wreath. And we also made our Easter wreath here, which I think came out really pretty. And then we also made our beautiful pew bow. So that was super simple to make. And I'm making a big pile. We did so much today. And then we have this really pretty centerpiece or door swag that was super simple to make. So everybody, thank you so much for watching. Next week, Nick will be here, and he'll be doing the live with Alex, but I'll also jump on with him. So everybody, thank you so much, and please don't forget to share and let everybody know about the Bowdabra. Okay, bye everybody. Thank you, Michelle.